Hey guys, it is Bryce Official coming at you with the words. Yo, what's up guys? It is Bryce Official coming at you with the first ever Bryce Official album review. And the very first album we are going to review is G-Eazy's These Things Happen Too. Now, G-Eazy's These Things Happen Too was an album that was released on September 24th, 2021. It is the continuation to These Things Happen and When It's Dark Out. So the first album we're going to talk about is song, not album. The first song we're going to talk about is These Things Happen Too, which is the intro to the album. It talks about his struggles with substances. I'm not going to really say what the substances are because I do want a chance to get this video monetized. So I'm just going to stick it at substances. It's great lyrically. So I think I'm not going to talk about every song. I'm just going to talk about like some key songs that I loved from the album. Another one, Christoph's interlude, it's haunting. It's very subliminal. I love it so much. It kind of sets the mood for the whole album. Basically, this whole album is his relationships with struggle, his relationship struggles, and also his substance abuse issues in the past. He really talks about it and really learns to accept it. It's very prevalent in When You're Gone. It talks about, this one doesn't really talk about his relationship struggles, but Lil Wayne's in it, and it talks about the legacy he wants to leave behind when he's done with rapping and when he's done with life. So, I love the Lil Wayne feature. Lil Wayne's one of my 5 greatest favorite rappers of all time. So, I just love Lil Wayne. And another song that he talks about, or one of the songs that he uses to talk about his struggle with substances is Wanna Be Myself, where he's not really happy with himself and when he's sober. So he's talked about in the past how he uses drugs to make him feel happy with himself. He says one of the lines is, "I'm only really happy when I'm on drugs." That's not the exact line, but it's paraphrasing. That's pretty much saying the only time he's happy is when he's not sober. It's just very, like, a lot of people say that you're famous, you can stop doing drugs, but when that's something you grow up around, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's going to eventually come back, and it's going to be even more strong because you have more money to support this with. So yes, like, drugs are not always, but drugs, once you've grown up around them, because he's from Oakland's not the greatest area, but that's something he's grown up around, and he grew up idolizing guys like E40, and he actually has E40 on this album, which is kind of cool. I think he's had E40 on every one of his albums. He's definitely had him in Far Alone from These Things Happen. And I haven't listened to When It's Dark Out in the longest time, but I know he had him in Far Alone on These Things Happen, and he had him on this too, These Things Happen Too, which is kind of a continuation of that. A song that basically talks about his relationship struggles is Everything Is Everything, featuring Goody Grace. He talks about his relationship struggles and mistakes that he made, and how if he was going through the same thing today, he would know exactly what to do. Relationships are something that are really hard for everybody to do. It's really hard for everybody to have a perfect relationship, because really no relationship in life is ever perfect. So you can kind of see his struggles and how he doesn't really talk about it in this song, but he talks about cheating and how he cheated and how people have cheated on him. So that's kind of something that a lot of relationships go through. So this is a very relatable album if you're going through relationship struggles, as everybody is. And also, it's a very relatable album if you have substance abuse issues, because substance abuse issues, once again, is a very relevant topic on this album. He talks about his struggles in the past from it. He talks about how I don't think he talks about he's clean now, but he still yearns for being able to have substances again, like alcohol and marijuana and or I'm gonna say weed, but oh no, this is gonna get demonetized, but I really don't care. But yeah, he really talks about it a lot in this album. This is a good one. He has a song called "I Me Myself," which it's kind of a continuation of "Me Myself and I," and it's basically him revisiting on. I'm about to sneeze, but it basically the song is about him talking about what he wanted to do when he was younger and him. That's staying in the video, but he's talking about what he wanted to do when he was younger. He's talking about his dreams when he was younger, where he wanted to always do music. Growing up in Oakland, with the rap scene that it is, the way he grew up listening to, once again, E40. But yeah, he even mentions Me, Myself, and I with BB Rexa. I think that's how you say it. I haven't quite figured out how to say it. I think it's BB Rexa. But he has finally learned, after all this time, after 32 years of existence, to finally love and accept himself. And self-love and self-acceptance is very, very hard to do in today's society, but good for him for actually doing it, because it's something that I still struggle with. It's something that probably a lot of you watching this still struggle with. But yeah, I love that song. Yeah, I just love it. Another song. All right, so he also has a song called Breakdown with Demi Lovato. This song, he basically talks about depression. He talks about breaking down from depression, breaking down from drugs, and using drugs as a way to escape his depression. And I love Demi Lovato's chorus. Basically, it's just coming to it, needing help in times of feeling alone and feeling helpless and feeling depressed and needing somebody there to talk to. And this is a very, very powerful song. This is one of these singles that was released before the album, so a lot of people listened to this before, but still, it is a very, very good song. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about every song, as I said before, but that was all the songs I talk about, because really most of them are all the same, with whether it being he's flexing all of his money, all of his legacy, all of his accomplishments, whether it be drugs, whether it be depression, whether it be alcohol, whether it be relationship struggles. Really, it's all the same, and it all links in together. But he's worked with, on the album, he worked with Marky Bassey, which is a guy he has worked with now for 2 albums. He's on Some Kind of Drug. That's Marky Bassey's featured on that. And then I think he was also on When It's Dark Out. But he also has guys like Ty Dolla $ign, who is absolutely one of my favorite artists. And I know a lot of people hate Ty Dolla $ign, but I just love Ty Dolla $ign. But overall, it's a really solid album. It's not his best, not his worst. He has some really good features. This might be his best album feature-wise yet, because I know he had E40 on his first one. He had Danny Seth on his first one. He has, oh my goodness, how did I forget about No Limit? That's on, oh God, I don't even know, but that was on the one that came out in 2019 or 2018. He had Charlie Puth on that one. And then on When It's Dark Out, he had Big Sean. He had Chris Brown. Oh my, the features, he even had Kehlani on his last album. But these features topped them all, because Lil Wayne, Ty Dolla $ign, E40, Demi Lovato, just to name a few. But yeah, overall, I'm going to give the album a 7.5 out of 10. It's not his best, not his worst, but it is a really, really solid album. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.